Hello, greetings. Thank you so much for tuning in and welcome to earGROUND, Your Voices
I'm
Amplified, man.
I'm
Can you
happy to
hear me
be
now?
here, man. This is great. I'm a big fan of earGROUND, so this is amazing, man. Thank you for having me.
Thanks a lot. It's such an honor to have you. I mean, you're a star who's making some big waves and raising the Zimbabwean flag high and the African flag high as well. So thank you so much
Bless.
to everybody who's watching. Welcome to earGROUND, Your Voices Amplified. My name is Claude Mark, and today I'm speaking to Tuks TAD Lungu, who is an actor, a film director, a stuntman. He's so many things. We're going to take a small commercial break and we're coming back in the next 30 seconds. Stay tuned here,
Oh,
Ground New
man,
Voice
bless.
Amplified. There you have it. I just thought of maybe playing a snippet into one of the many productions that we've been part of. But just to start off with, let's take you back as a kid.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about your
Oh.
childhood.
So I grew up in Chitown, Chitungwiza, Team Seke. So I'm really happy to be representing the whole of Chitungwiza. Not a lot of people that know that actually. I was born in Zim. I grew up in Chitown, but then I studied in the UK. So when I got to Cape Town, 2011, that's when I can say I started my acting and stunt career.
Wow, great. But growing up as a kid, what are some of the things that fed your imagination? What films were you watching? Were you watching a lot of MacGyver? I'm
The
curious
thing is,
because, yeah.
I'm one of those kids, teenage Murai I to go to St. Teresa to do somersaults, to end up Ubani, to do martial arts. But then, God always knew how it's gonna end. Like he knew the end game, and we didn't. And then when I started doing acting, turns out that actors need stunt performers as well. And for you to be a stunt performer, you need to be flexible, be able to perform. So martial arts, gymnastics, those are the main things that they require. So most of the roles that I get as an actor, I actually get them because I can do stunts. That's why most of my work, you see, I'm always dying because I'm the stunt guy. I know how to handle guns.
Yeah.
I know how to give you a beautiful death, you know. But
But does it hurt for you to play many roles where you end up dying? How does it feel?
it feels great because it's work. And that gives me, I'm happy to say that because most of the people that I work with are big international actors. Like I'm really grateful for the people that give me work. I'm now in the South African stunt community, and it's so big in the world that we get to travel to distant places. Like I just got back from India now doing a big gig, and I've been there 2 times already doing action crazy movies out there, and having to move to get a job that can give you the opportunity to move to such a distant place and still do what you love. That's a great thing, you know.
But is this something that you ever dreamt of, or you saw yourself becoming an actor, becoming a stuntman?
I think I always been an artist. When I was growing up, like we did gymnastics, we did martial arts, and there was one point where I actually had a dance group, like break dance.
Oh, really? What
Um,
is the name of the
so
group?
Born to Dance.
Born to Dance.
Born to Dance, B2D, yeah.
B2D,
We
was that in
perform like
China?
no, in East so
H2 is,
perform
okay.
it complex, the aquatic complex, where like King Labash is my older man, so every time
Yes,
he
yes.
performed, he always tried to kind of like have us in there as well, so that's how I grew up. I've always been an artist, but growing up I never really realized that was my true calling until like at a later stage when people wanted to take a picture. They're like, yo, Tax, you have a good eye for this.
Yes.
If they want to do like little small videos, I was always the guy with the little gadgets, little iPods, little cameras.
Yes.
Yeah, man. So it started at an early age, and I used to recite like all the commercials on TV,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. So my mom actually told me this, I think 2 years back when I went to visit her. It's like, yo, you
Yeah.
have always been an artist, you know, but no mom wants their son to be an actor, basically. But
I can
my
imagine
mom
with the
has been
stereotypes that came with that. Yeah.
she's been a pillar, you know, in my career. When I said I wanted to be an actor, she's one of the people that said, you know, Rambo Chita, as long as you're happy, then it's good.
Great, great. Let's talk about your body of work, some of the films that you've been part of. You've been part
Yeah,
of so many blockbusters.
yeah.
You're part of Queen. You've
Queen
part of
Sono,
Queen Sono. You're part of
yeah,
the 48-hour film project that saw
yeah,
you winning
yeah,
a couple of
yeah.
awards, and you did so many things. How much ground have you covered? What would you say are highlights of your
Um,
career?
I'm at a point that I can say that I'm one of the most credited Zimbabweans in the world. When it comes to like IMDb credits, I'm
Mhm.
right up there, you know. And if it
Impressive.
was about, and for me, it's always been about the passion. You know, I'm really passionate about film, and whenever I mix with people that want to really get into the industry, I'm always the one that's giving advice and trying to get people under my wing and showing them that, you know, you can go to film school and all that, but I mean, we come from the hood, bro, and it's not everyone that can actually afford it.
Yeah.
So the I'm at a point where I can mentor people to see that it's not always about where you come from, but being able to be in a space where you can create with people that can guide you, you know. And I'm one of those people now. And I never had someone that I can look up to like that when I started out. You know what I mean? So I've worked, I've done the 48-hour film project every year in Cape Town since 2013. I've won a couple of awards since then. But the biggest thing that I realized is that as a creative, as an actor, I'm also a stuntman, a director, and I produce, I edit. The one reason why I always had a problem with um, making my movies as great as they are is because I have the knowledge to do all those things, but I never gave other people the opportunity to be part of my team as a collective, you know?
Yeah.
And
I
for the
get
fighter, the movie you played, it's a big movie. There was Melanie Roslin, she's a big stylist. She does fashion weeks in Cape Town and the world. I had a co-director, Renier Smith. He works on some of the biggest movies in the world. I had some top actors. Masali Baduza, she's in Noughts and Crosses. I had Sidwell Ralitswele, he's a big actor as well. So I managed to put everyone together, and as a collective, we managed to do it. And no one was paid for that gig. That's what it is. The competition, it's volunteers. So it's something that I hope to actually have Zimbabwe kind of like put it together. And John
Yeah.
Jago is one of my I respect the guy. He kind of
He's a
kickstarted
legend, one of the living
Zimbabwean
legends.
filmmaking, you know, yeah. And we're
Yeah.
actually working on a project together. I can't really disclose the
Yeah.
details, but it's big. And Rufaro Kaseke, you know, Tendi
Yes.
Chitima. What I've realized is that the Zimbabwean community, the film industry, it's not at a point where we can call it an industry at the moment. It's
Yeah.
still so young that we need to call it a community where we can have creatives like get together and create together and stop being the us and them. Like we need to cancel the us and them mentality, you know?
What do you think needs to be done for it to transform from a community into like a fully fledged industry? I've had this conversation time and again.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
Looking back, you are at a place where things are functional in South Africa. You're also
yeah,
gracing international platforms. What would you
Yeah.
say is lacking back home in Zimbabwe?
Like, for me, I started out a production company, Ask Your Mama Productions,
Ask your mom,
at
yes.
the beginning of 2020. The whole idea behind it was I wanted to actually bring it to Zim and be making like African stories that are made by Africans. I wanted to like I would say recruit, like I would recruit writers, producers, directors, and actors, and actually give them a platform where they can get together and create. So like a creative hub, and we can collaborate instead of no plot is the one that is hot right now. I mean,
Yeah.
me and Joe, we actually he did a 48-hour film project kind of thing, and I was one of the judges, and I was
Oh,
so
wow.
impressed with his with it because it's an idea that during conversation came up, and it's like, you know what, this is something that we can actually do at home. And it inspires all the entertainers, the actors, anyone that wants to be in the film industry can actually be part of that, and that's something we lack in Zim because everyone is doing their own thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And Zimbabwe is a beautiful country, and if it was up to me, like I would love to host workshops where all the wannabe actors, people, you see, the thing is, talent, some people are talented, but then some people work so hard that when you see them in front of camera or behind, it's like, wow, you're so talented, but it's not about that. It's the hard work that they put into it. But then the talented guys, it's almost like they know I'm the shit.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they need to understand that in Zimbabwe, we are talented, but we also have to put the hard work to be able to kind of bump up the film industry in Zimbabwe. And we need to have places where creatives can gather, like a sacred ground, like fashion stylists, you can have directors, producers, and actors just collaborate and do something that is beyond what anyone would even think about when it comes to Zimbabwean filmmaking.
But what do you think is stopping us from doing that? Some are saying it's because we don't have much money circulating, so everybody's trying to fight for the same cake.
Yeah.
What's really stopping? Because we've seen Joe Jagu and
Yeah.
Thomas Brickell, they did an amazing job
They
with
are
the first
doing it.
nation.
They are doing it. I
Yeah.
think, like I watched Lobola. Like Lobola, it's a movie that Joe was like, I have a story, and Rufaro, they said they have a story, and they
Yes.
believed in their story so much that it was I mean, as an actor, we play a game of make believe, and Munya Shidzonga was in it. They came up with a brilliant idea, and Munya was hot, and they used that momentum to make something. I don't think when you look at like the production value, it's all about who was willing to come on board and believe in the idea to make thing come to fruition, and they did that, and it was a success. I mean, look at John Jago now, man. He's one of the pioneers of Zimbabwean movies right now, like Zimbabwean movie industry.
Yeah.
So I think it's all about collaboration, really. It always boils down to collaboration and respect for one another, because just because you did something that is better than what I did doesn't mean that I have to try do something that is better than yours. Like it's a competition. Instead of making it that, we need to try be like, yo, I like what you did with that. How do
Yeah.
you do it? You know what I mean? And I also have something that I can bring to the table, and we can collaborate and make something even bigger. In Zimbabwe, I feel like the people that are making it,
Yeah.
they it's a small community. Like I said, it's not really an industry. Like, and Joe always says this, it's not an industry yet. It's still a community where we need to be together and see, oh shit, plot is this platform. If I get on there, I get these likes or views, and Joy's there doing his thing, I'm there, and if we collaborate, we will get there, you know. Like I looked at
collaboration is the key.
Yeah.
You're saying collaboration is the main key. If we collaborate well together, we'll definitely get where we want.
If we humble ourselves to be able to accept that we need someone else to get on board for us to elevate, like get to a point where it's better than what we are doing when we are on our own, you know. And like you asked me, you say that a lot of people don't have the capital and all that.
Yeah.
I think it's not really about that, because I think, you know, for you to actually get into that, if you start shooting, I can shoot something on my phone right now and it would look like it's Hollywood, but that's experience on set and having an idea of what exactly I want. But then at the same time, someone can have like a shitty phone and a brilliant idea. All they need is someone to believe in their idea. That is at a point where they can support and produce for them, you know. So it's all about sharing skills and ideas and really working on yourself, really.
Wow, that is great. And looking at back to your career, what would you say was the turning point? At what point did you get a sense of fulfillment or achievement to say, look, Mama, I've made it. Now this is it.
I got nominated for Zimbabwe Achievers Awards. I was like, what? Mom, they know I'm here, you know. But
so
it's
are you
something.
saying the award from home was more fulfilling than the other awards that you had won? What was the difference? You had won awards already.
The first one got me off guard, to be honest. I did the oh yeah, that was the 48 hour for the fighter, because
Yes.
you're surrounded by all these people. Like the audience award means that everyone watched the movie. I mean, they watched hundreds of movies, and my movie was the one that they say, this is it. This has nothing to do with the judges. This is nothing to do with people in positions of power. I mean, this is an election, you know what I mean? And we won. And that feeling for me, people don't know this, but I actually choked on stage. I choked, but I was like, oh shit. It was a brilliant movie. I hope that one day we can get funding to actually do a feature version of it for the fighter.
And
yeah.
Yeah, no, I wanted to ask, directing or acting, which one would you prefer the most?
You see, that's something that I love that question, because as an actor, I believe that, you know, I would love to believe that, you know, when I work with different directors, I'm as humble as they come as an actor or a stuntman. I listen to direction, but there are some times that you also need to suggest things without having to sound cocky in a way. You know, like right now, I'm like, yo, bro, why don't you put that back on because it looks, you know, but that's not your platform. That's not the vision. So I always say that, you know, just be humble and everything it will flow, you know.
Great. Apart from films, you've also done commercials, and I'm going to play this one for the benefit of the viewers at home.
Oh yeah.
Hello, Punchinunu.
Hello, Coco.
Those look delicious. Can I have one?
Sure, Coco. For 20 bucks.
20 bucks. Businesswoman.
The Combi from $6.99 per month.
I haven't watched that in a while.
Wow,
That
I
was for
remember
Volkswagen, yeah.
Volkswagen is, and you've done so many commercials. Um, you know, I look at the different layers of your career. You're not only focusing
Yeah,
on one thing. You're not only saying I'm an actor or
yeah.
I'm just a director, but you're doing a lot of things. How do you balance all of these things, and what are the benefits of you being sort of a multi, skilled creative?
Um, you see, like I said, I've been doing the 48-hour film project for many years now. And if you look at my old work, I used to, because I can direct, act, do stunts, edit, I used to feel like I should, I should carry that burden when I'm doing movies. So I used to write and produce and edit. And then I realized that you need to include other people. You need to assign roles, like you need a producer, you need a director, you need an actor, you need someone that can actually do the things that you can, and you can just oversee. And you can only like interject when you know that they're doing something that you can make a bit better. And you
Yeah,
can say that in a very respectful way without having um, to break their hearts in a way. You know what I mean? So knowing everything in film for me gives me a lot of opportunity to grow basically. And I'm a person that, you know, if you need an actor, I can be there. If you need a casting director, I can be there. If you need a lighting guy, I can be there. If you need an editor. But then knowing all this doesn't really make me a better filmmaker. It actually kind of put me in a box, you know, because other people would be like, if I employ Tux as an actor and I'm directing it, I've seen his work. So does that mean that when I direct him in a way that he feels like can do it better, is he gonna? So you end up not getting employed sometime. You know what I mean? So which takes me back to like Zimbabwean filmmakers. We need to collaborate. We need to take one home. You know, and we've got the equipment, and we are making the money now. You know, and with the, you know what I always say? I always say, even here in South Africa, like when the Hollywood movies come down, we have the stuntmen, we are the actors, we are the lighting guys, we are the producers. They only bring the stars of the show from abroad.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So
I get
why
you.
is it that we are always so oblivious of how important and how, like, our level in life? We are the people that are
Sure.
making these movies at the end of the day. So why can't we do the same with our productions? You know, I sat with King Labash 2014, long
Yeah.
back, and we did Jagumberi. I
Ah,
won
okay.
best music, yeah, best
The
music
video.
video of the year, yeah. And the reason why I did that personally, like, Zimbabwean music videos were whack. Like, the music is great, but the music videos, and I felt like it's up to people like myself to set a bar where if someone watches it, they
Yeah.
feel inspired to want to do better than that. And I think I'm one of the people that have kind of put it out there, like we are actually able to do this. Because if you're seeing whack videos every day and your competition is, it's not competitive, you know, you're just putting things out that are not, you know,
I don't
getting
have
up
to
there.
stand.
Yeah.
That is great.
So
Well,
yeah,
thanks a lot. To all those that are watching, thank you so much. We see your comments. Proud of you, my brother. That is Pascal Laskatira and Big Family God Soldier Gali. And Leslie said the needs of many. Those awards, people are super, uh, impressed by the work that we're doing. Collaboration is the answer. Charaching was this one in that there is Elder John Jago. Thank you so much. And if I'm correct, you are from Shtungiza. Joy is from Shtungiza.
Yeah, Unity K. Unity K, bro. That's where I started, bro. Yeah, if anyone is from Chi Town, Team Seke representing. I mean, come on. Yeah, if you Chi Town, this is proof that you can be up there with them. We can make it. The only advice, if you're passionate about something, don't let people like tell you that no, because this is better than this. Nah, just follow your heart and push. I know we all need to make money and all that, but if you can do the obvious, please just follow your heart, follow your career path. I know it's something that's you just know it, and just keep going.
So to everybody who's watching, if there's anyone who's got a burning question, I thought this will actually be interesting. I'm gonna give a chance to two viewers a chance to ask a question live. So if you wanna say something, if you want to pass a compliment and do it live directly, here's the chance. I'm gonna drop the link right now on my. You can see the link on earGROUND and also on Plotmark on my earGROUND, my account on Facebook, and also on our YouTube channel. You can also see the link in the comment section. So just hit that link, and then I'll give you the get pass to ask a question live. So looking ahead, 5 years from now, where do we see you? Where are you headed?
I want to get the first Oscar for Zim, man. I want to be the next Lupita Nyong'o, I want to get an Oscar, bro. Like right now, I'm working on some big productions. I can't really disclose what it is, but I have to actually lose a lot of weight, get into character, and get better physique. With the lockdown, I've been eating a lot, and yeah, but I think it's time for me to come out and push a little bit harder. And as a stuntman, you can be a fit stuntman, bro.
I'm going to show people a bit about what goes on like behind the scenes. It's quite interesting the amount of work that you guys put in to just create some of these stunts, and
yeah.
A bit of a sneak preview into the behind the scenes. So stay tuned, earGROUND. Interesting there.
Gunshots. That's from Bulletproof 2. I did that with Phase on Love. The fat one from Mr. Bond.
Oh, from Mr. Bonds.
Yeah, I did that movie with him.
Wow, how was the experience working with him? He's from the States, right?
Yeah. He's he's amazing, man. He's a brilliant actor and comedian. You're always laughing at all times, and he improvises most of the scenes. So as a stuntman, what we do is you choreograph certain fight scenes, right? But then if you work with the actor that improvises, that kind of make it harder, So most of the times, I think I had a clip where it was me and him just like doing the fight scene. It's insane. So
does it
when
ever
they
get
cut
you like the fight?
It actually kind of felt like it was with him, because you have to really control yourself. You know what I mean? Which brings us back to like, martial arts. It's a great part of my life. It kind of gives you control and be able to really know how to work around the set as well. So but he's a great actor, man. He's a great guy. You should check it out. It's Bulletproof 2. Yeah.
Definitely, I'm gonna check it out. I'll play another snippet. I think this was behind the scenes like before.
Yeah.
Let me just play this.
Oh yeah, Inside Man 2.
Here we go.
In,
In 3, 2,
Inside
1,
Man 2.
action.
Yeah. So this is the scene before we actually.
Come on!
So you practice this first and then finally do it.
Yeah,
What
like bang,
happens?
bang, 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 bang. Like it's cardboard boxes, man.
But what's the feeling when you finally watch the movie? The movie is done and you're seeing the whole product, and like how does it feel like?
It depends if I'm watching it with my boys, I feel really great. When I'm watching it alone, I'm like, they could have done. Oh man, they cut me out. They cut out my scene because there's a lot of scenes that gets cut out when we do movies, man. Sometimes you're like, yo, I'm so excited that this thing is coming out, and then no one actually sees you. And as a stuntman, it's even worse because you are doubling some of the actors. You know what I mean? So if you double an actor, it means that they will make sure that you look exactly like the actor. So when you do these scenes, people don't really recognize you. You know what I mean? So for you to say, yo, I did this, they're like, yeah, bruh, yeah, you say that, but okay. Yeah, right.
And how do you manage your personal, like your real personality and the different roles and characters that you play? Like, is it an easy thing to switch, or it's something that you now like totally used?
The thing is, like as a professional actor, this is something that they always make sure that you study and you master that. Like I'm a method actor, so method acting is when you use memory to trigger certain emotions. So if you want to cry in a scene, you just you there's a memory that you think about and you get in that zone, in that space. But then it also really messes with your psyche because if you do it for too long, you become. You know what I mean? So like Heath Ledger, Batman, he got depressed because of the Joker. And when you look at it, you're like, how? But then without understanding, for it, the take is like a minute take. Like we do between action and cut, it could be 30 seconds. But for you to get to perform those 30 seconds, it could take months to get into character to be able to portray that. So it's draining sometimes, and you need to really know exactly what you tap into. It's like when you meddle into the dark arts, you need to know exactly how you get in, how you get out, and you just need to know your shit. So upcoming actors, people have the passion, people have the talent to act, but you also need the experience. You as good as you can be, there's a lot of first timers that kill it, but then they just spiral and you know what I mean, like plummet.
Yeah.
But then you're like, yo, but they were great. What happened? It's because they couldn't handle the space that they put themselves into. It's like Alice in Wonderland, man. If you don't know what you are getting into, rather you do all the research that you can before you get into a character.
Do a lot of research before you get into a character. Those are powerful words. You might be a great actor or actress, but if you fail to get into the character, then you miss it out.
You need to know how to navigate through a character, and still be finding your center. You need to know who you are. It's important.
Great. I was acting alongside Tuksi. She's amazing.
Tuksi, bro.
Tell me about that experience, man. She's amazing.
It's Tuksi, bro. It's Tuksi, bro. Like, actually, before this, we did the Scorpion King together. So I knew her, but then this one, it's more, up and personal. And, we trained, I think, for a week before that scene. So we rehearsed for a week, and you're like, oh shit, it's Tuksi. But I think I'm at a point now where I'm able to kind of like keep it a little low. You know, you bump into
Yeah.
Denzel, you're like, "Hi, I'm Tux. How are you?" "Oh yeah, Denzel." You know.
I like that. I like that. I like that.
Yeah,
And
man. So
but
it's
where do you
good.
draw that confidence from? Like, is it something that you, you, you left Zimbabwe with, or something that you developed along the way in Zaz?
Here, I've actually learned that we like Cape Town is a hub for tourists, and the one thing that you really need out here is respect. You don't know who you're gonna bump into. You don't know who is taking a holiday from Hollywood. You don't know who is the best photographer or producer that you bump into. And if you meet everyone with the same energy, with the same vibe, they get to a point where you you hang out with some of the best in the game without even knowing it, and then have someone go like, "Yo, how do you know plot?" You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I'm
yeah,
like, "What do you mean?" They're like, "Oh shit, he runs earGROUND." You know, I'm like, "What?" Yeah, I was like, I should have taken a picture. You know what I mean? So I
true,
think
true.
just be always be content. You know, always be kind and generous to strangers, especially strangers. You know, because you don't know who they are or their backstory, and don't judge people too soon.
Wow, great. Ask Your
Yeah.
Mama Productions. Where did the name come from? Quite an interesting
So,
name.
Ask Your Mama Production is my production company. That name, I was actually driving with one of my NEB Sinclair. He's an artist, big artist in South Africa, and we were doing black sales together. And he was driving me to my house, and I was like, "Yo, I should start a production company because I want to have like one of the biggest production companies in Zim." So I've been buying gear, I've been buying the cameras, and I think I'm there now. You know, so when I get back to Zim, we need to get there, and when we get there, we need to make movies. You know, so when I come to Zim, I'll let you know. Then you tell everyone that I'm there. Then we can do an open casting for a couple of projects and all that. But Ask Your Mama Productions, basically, it's a production company that focuses on telling the story of the untold story. You know, I want to do Nyaya Zanatsuro na Gudo, Chidumo na Masendeke, like
This
a
is
real
interesting.
original African stories, like Zimbabwean stories that the Zimbabweans will be like they'll be proud of, but also the world. We can tell our stories to the world from our perspective, because right now they are bringing in all the work to Africa. They're shooting it here with the Africans, but you see the director is a white person or something like that, someone who grew up. Not that I have anything against it. I mean, there's
Yeah.
great directors there out there that have done pictures of color. But for me personally, I want to support the black narrative, our narrative. I want to do a Chimurenga movie where we tell that is not a documentary, like a proper movie, where you tell from our perspective and our understanding of our culture and our background and where we're from and who we are. You know what I mean? I feel like that's lacking, and Zimbabwe is a gem. If the filmmakers in Zimbabwe can collaborate and just get along, I
Yeah.
think we can make some great movies, man.
This is
Some
interesting
great
because
movies. We
you touch on a lot of narratives that have never been explored. You talk of Chidumo
Yeah,
Masendeke, you talk of
yeah,
issues to do with the liberation struggle, and so many narratives from Zimbabwe that the world has not heard. I always
yeah,
thought to myself, one day wake up, some Hollywood filmmaker comes to Zimbabwe, makes a film on um, some of the amazing narratives that we have. But how
yeah.
soon do you think we're going to start seeing such, or you're going to be involved in such initiatives?
I think for me, like I said before, like it's all about collaboration, but also people are working on themselves. They're working on their production companies. They're working on what gives them a way of living. But personally, like I want to collaborate with Joe Njagu, Rufaro Kaseke. I mean,
Yes.
those are the and Rumbi Katedza. You know, those filmmakers are filmmakers that they are making movies that have an impact on the Zimbabwean people and also on an international platform. I mean,
Yes.
Joe Njagu's Cook Off is on Netflix. It's the first Zimbabwean movie to be on Netflix. So that's it's a testimony on its own, you know, that we can actually get to platforms like that. I mean, it's Netflix, man. You know what I mean? So if we can do that more often, if we can collaborate and push to get that type of content out of Zimbabwe, I think Oscars, man. You know what I mean?
I love the confidence, and I love that you still have so much faith in Zimbabwe despite
Yeah.
living outside of the country. For so many times when we leave the country, we then forget. We turn our back. We like,
I haven't left Zimbabwe, bro. I'm just out here trying to make a living. You know, Zimbabwe is home. We are here to work. That's what it is. You know, Zimbabwe is the dream. It's the end game. That's where my heart is. That's home. And I love my people. And if I'm at a position or in a space where I can help an industry, as you would love to put it, the Zimbabwean industry, we have so many scenic places. Like it's beautiful, and we have so much talent that just needs nurturing. But some of them are not like it all boils down to like how much do you have, which schools do you go to? But it's I think it's not about that. It's about having people like myself. I'll put myself out there. Like I would host an acting class or a stunt class or a directing course if given the opportunity, you know. And it's something that I might, now that we speak about it, like it's something that I would like to do.
right.
You know,
Yeah.
if I'm in Zim, I'll have a weekend where it's just introduction to film, basically, so that the wannabe filmmakers would actually feel closer to the craft than when you just learn on YouTube and all that, you know. But it's a beautiful place, and I would like to make some big waves there, you know.
Wow, great. Away from film, music-wise, you've talked about King Labash.
Yeah.
Looking at the playlist, your playlist, how
Yeah.
much Zimbabwean content does you have? Who is currently on your playlist? Who are you listening to from Zimbabwe?
Right now, this is funny, but I love King Labash, bro. Always, because you know he's a friend of mine, and the funny thing is that his music is kind of prophetic. And sometimes what happens in my life, I'm like, yo, bro, we spoken about this. Yo, bro, we spoken about this. It's like, bro, I told you, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But if I'm to stay, like, I love Gemma. I've actually done an interview with Gemma. She's great. I love Winky D. I love Ja Praiser. I love that like that those stories. For me, I love that music video because they tapped into the African culture. You know what I mean? And I wish and I hope that I can, you know, hook me up, bro. On to the next one. I need to do the next music video. You know, I want to do things that it's not westernized. It's so African that you can also market it to the Western world in a way that they will still understand it. Those are the type of music videos and narratives that I'm looking to do, especially with Ask Your Mama Productions. I want to do African productions, bro. Like, you know how they do like Nollywood, like African Nigeria, like. But then I want to do it with knowledge of how they do movies in Hollywood. So what they're doing in Hollywood is the same thing that I can do given the opportunity. So that's what we need to do. We need to set a bar and just get on it.
And get on it. Wow, that is powerful. Wow, thank you so much to everybody who's been watching. Thank you so much for the appreciation, for the love. We see the feedback there. and there's a young person who's there in Seke, or is in Budiriro, or Chikanga, or Lubebe, and they're watching you and they see you as one person who inspires them. What would be your word of advice to them if they aspire to be a filmmaker, a director, a stuntman, something?
I would say start making little clips, you know, post it, do little skits, keep writing, collaborate, hit me up. I always reply, like people that know me, like if you write me, I always try to give advice wherever I am, like wherever you are, wherever I am, just hit me up on WhatsApp or Instagram. Hit me up, I always reply. Let's get to know each other, and if I can help, I'll be more than happy to help.
Wow, great. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the time that it took. Straight out of Zengeza, Ota Chinamora says, and Rangatagire was the plug. This is the guy who connected me to you. And thank you so much, Rangatagire. I love the
Bless,
spirit,
man. Bless.
the spirit
Shout out.
amongst Zimbabweans.
Bless, man. Bless.
Great. Wow, thank you so much. And the word to your fans, people that love your films, that love the work that you do. What would you say to them?
I want a big shout out to my spiritual father, Mambo Jasi. You know, he's always got my back. If I have any problems, I can always go to him and just let it out. You know what I mean? And King Labash, my elder, Rangata Gwire, my man. And shout out to everyone that loved my work. The Castle commercial just came out, and the love that people showed, I mean, it's beyond what I would have imagined. And to Melanie Roslin, she's my producer, my other half. She's brilliant. She's talented, and she's my executive producer with Ask Your Mama. So it's great. And my friend Ras Mava, DJ Mava, is a final DJ. I should bring him to Zim sometime.
You sound like a big dancehall fan. Is that the kind of music that you love?
I like anything with big beats, you know. Anything with big bass. I'll direct it on the spot, you know. I actually thought of doing like you know how at McDonald's you drive like a drive-through music video, because I'm launching my my studio month end, and I just want people to come through with their track. I don't want to hear it, as long as it's like big beats, pull through, get through. I'll have like a wardrobe, we have stylists there, they style you up, and then we do it like how they do colors, but we do it differently. Like we'll go with the flow, you know what I mean? And I think we're at a point where we can do that now. So yeah, man.
That is interesting, but there are also creatives that are working there in South Africa. Is there like a community for creatives to creatives work together for film music?
The thing is, in South Africa, like the Zimbabweans, we know who is doing what, but we don't give props to each other. You know, right now I'm working with Joker the Genius. He sent me a couple of tracks, because whenever I do a music video, I always ask the artist to send me like 3 tracks, because I know how to do them. And the reason why I do them is because I really believe in the project, you know. And I'm sure as the artist, when you write your tracks and all that, you really believe in it. But for me, it's beyond that. I need to just listen and feel what you felt when you were in the booth. You know, whatever speaks to me, I'm more than happy to do it. You know, and I have a production company and gear, so I'm always keen to help out. If someone's in Cape Town that want to do music videos, hit me up. That's the most important thing. To reach out, send me some music. Let's get to know each other, you know, because I feel like I'm at a point where I get time where I'm just chilling at home, and I'm like, if there was something I could be doing right now to uplift my fellow Zimbabweans, you know what I mean? I would do it. So if I want to have a big company in Zim, why not just start where you are? the community here, there's a lot of nepotism, racism, segregation, but I feel like the more you push through those bars, there's this glass ceiling that once you break it, you can realize that there are great people out there, you know, that are more than willing to lift each other up. And I would love to be one of those people.
Wow, great. Signing off, I'm going to play a song, a video from an artist who's coming from Chitungwiza. He's an amazing artist. I don't know if you've heard of him. That's okay then.
Let's see it.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to play it. Stay tuned. Stay there. Let me put it. All right.
Greetings from Chitungwiza, I and I dance al kidda. We girl them vanilla. One like Bob in a dance al sing. You sing? Set the thing proper, nice.
That's great. I love it. You know, when like I said, when I'm about to go to Zim, I'll let you know. Then you tell the people that you know to hook me up with the people that want, you know, and then we'll make it work, man.
Awesome.
We'll make it work. Yeah.
Well, thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate everybody who's watching. Somebody says P Warriors in Peace, Boss Jinimbi, DJ Towers. Thank you so much. I see the response and the reaction. Great. Wow, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate the time that it took to be part of this.
Thank you for having me, man. Maximum respect.
Bless.
Yeah, man.
So until next time, stay tuned to earGROUND, New Voices Amplified. We make our way out.
earGROUND Radio, New Voices Amplified.